Good morning. It is 10:17 a.m. on Monday, October 14th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I had a little bit of a decision to make for today because as someone who is a consultant working for a consultant company, working at a client company, I sometimes end up in a situation where the client has a holiday but my consulting company does not. And so what that means is I'm not going into work, but I could work from home so as to not have to take a personal vacation day. I decided to take a personal vacation day. So thus the sleeping in. I felt pretty bad at the end of last night because I was trying to figure out what it was, and then I realized it was probably, oh, shoot, I didn't do anything except sit in front of the computer all day, and for some reason that didn't make my body feel good. What's going on there, I wonder? So I'm being proactive to go out and do something today. I haven't 100% decided what it'll be, but I'm going to leave the house at least. Just reminds me of when I was working from home, for longer periods of time. I had to sort of be proactive about making sure I got up and went and did things. But yeah, it was a pretty lazy weekend this weekend. Just kind of hanging out, playing a lot of video games, not accomplishing very much at all, and not eating very well. Yeah, now see that's not how you make yourself feel good. I did get to play some good video games. I'm playing a lot of Outer Wilds, although I'm reaching a little bit of a plateau where I've discovered a lot of stuff, but there's a couple of secrets that are still eluding me, and I haven't figured them out yet after a couple of repetitions of trying, and I'm getting a little bit frustrated. Like I'm making progress, but it's definitely there's a temptation to look some stuff up, and I haven't done that yet, but we'll see. Outer Wilds, if you don't recall, is a game where you're exploring a tiny little solar system that's going through a time loop with the sun going supernova, and you're just trying to explore all of these places within each loop, trying to learn new information that's going to help you solve the mystery that will end the time loop, theoretically. And it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. But today, as mentioned, I'm not just going to sit and watch it all day. I might go to see a movie. I also, this evening, have my musical improv 201 showcase class. So that's going to be fun. And obviously, I have to make myself all ready and presentable to go out and do that. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. Um, it's interesting you know, I the anticipation for an improv show is different than. I mean, I've done a bunch of them at this point now, but I I also do a lot of live streaming, but it's I don't know. I don't have a coherent thought to share, I guess. I was just sort of thinking about the anticipation that I'm feeling ahead of it. Because, on the one hand, part of what you have to be able to do in an improv show is just be willing to, like, step out when you maybe don't actually have a full idea yet, and then just rely on these built up skills that you've been rehearsing to come up with things on the fly. I mean, that's obviously the whole idea, but it's not trivial. But it's also, I think, what can happen is that you get in your head about it, and that's the worst, and in a lot of ways, there's certainly overlap with running a game of Dungeons and Dragons or some other role playing game because there can be this idea where if you come up with a concept and you put a lot of work into it, but then if your players don't just follow exactly what you thought, you might end up having to do something completely different, and you could try to force it back, but it'll never feel right. And it's a negotiating process. It's collaborative, and that's what a lot of good improv is too, is that you go out there and you don't have a full idea yet, so you just start doing something. You're doing a weird dance, and then you just see what happens from there, because you've got your partners on the team who are going to come out and support you, and then maybe your dance makes them think of something else, and then they bring that up, and then now you have something. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'm going to try a thing where I'm going to take a screenshot while I'm doing the video, and that's what we'll post with the locally recorded video when it goes to Facebook, because Facebook likes when you post unique photos. So we'll see how that works. All right. Talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.